Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. The guy opposite of me is Tim, and this is The Second Legacy, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today, we've got to cover some big, bold, breaking initiatives coming out of Indianapolis. We've got everything. We've got AR bans. We have concealed carry bans. We have raising age limits. We have fun for the whole family, and everything is brought to you today. So make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn that notification bell on. And of course, everything will be linked in the description box below for your reference if you just don't believe the level of crazy we're about to show you. Now, we're going to go into the sponsor real quick, LAS Concealment, and then we're going to bring this to you and have fun as we go through this Tuesday. And the content today is brought to you by LAS Concealment. And if you're in the market for a holster for your favorite freedom tool, LAS Concealment is worth a look. They have everything that you could imagine, all molded from Kydex to your said freedom tool. Everything is fit directly to that model for a superior comfort and safety. They have inside and outside the waistband options, multiple designs, all sorts of different colors, and they are tested by the world's most elite special forces. Make sure you check it out. There's a link in the description box below, and thank you so much to LAS Concealment for making this content possible. All right, so thank you again to LAS Concealment. Tim, this is in your neck of woods. I kind of blame you. What do you think? How are we feeling? How are we feeling today about this?
You know, I usually pride myself on the fact that we live in a very pro-2A state, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, we just recently got concealed carry. I'm sorry, not concealed carry, constitutional carry.
Yeah.
I mean, years ago, we got our switchblades back. I mean, we used to not be able to own short-barreled shotguns. They were banned, but now we've gotten those. I mean, Indiana has just been a great 2A state. But as we often know, the major cities tend to lean more to the left. And when they do that, they lean into gun control, and Indianapolis is no different.
Well, and that is what we're going to dive into. And I'm so excited to walk you guys through this. This is going to be a great time. So without much more ado, let's dive into this. Mr. Producer, number one, please. Indianapolis City Council votes in favor of banning assault rifles and removing concealed carry. Mayor Joe Hogsett introduced the gun control measure known as Proposal 156 as part of his public safety plan. Tim, 156, it's here. Do you feel safer?
Oh, yeah. Thankfully, Indianapolis is 2 hours away, but, you know, this isn't surprising. Indianapolis has done some crazy stuff over the years. Violated the state constitution many times. You know, they've been drugged through the courts. They're just a hot mess down there. But it's no different than Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, or any of the other, you know, major cities, Atlanta, you know, where you have complete degenerates running the show. And they want to blame everybody else for the problems in the city that they've created. And so they want to do stupid stuff like this. But they're going to run into a problem. It's called preemption law.
A little one.
A little one.
A little one.
Yeah, let's keep going through the story because it gets better.
Oh, let's get it. Oh, it does. Absolutely. Number two, Mr. Producer. The Indianapolis City Council passed a proposed gun control measure by a vote of 18-5 Monday evening. Introduced by Mayor Joe Hogsett as part of his public safety plan, Proposal 156 was initially approved 9-4 by the city's Public Safety and Criminal Justice Committee. The ordinance increases the age required to purchase a gun in the city to 21 years old, bans assault rifles within city limits, and mandates a license to carry. That is so bold. The boldness. That's so fresh.
So anyway, this is not uncommon for Indianapolis. You know, Indianapolis has done crazy stuff in the past, but this is why we have the preemption law here in Indiana, and it's supposed to stop, you know, local jurisdictions from doing things just like this. Now, not every state has a preemption law, and it can become a major problem for the citizens. Imagine living in a state where every city, every county has ordinances and stuff like that prohibit, say, carrying a firearm, even if you have a state-issued concealed carry permit. That does exist in the United States. And so it makes it really difficult to travel across your own state and stay abreast of whatever city ordinances, which are constantly changing, and basically setting yourself up for failure in these jurisdictions, just looking to jam you up with crazy laws that will potentially even make you a felon. And so the preemption law is important in Indiana. And what's crazy is as you go deeper into this story, the people that passed this ordinance are trying to pass this ordinance, they know this.
They know it.
They know 100%. This. They know that this is going to go nowhere. They know that the courts are going to strike this down, but they have some false hope. Let's talk about some of that.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. This is that next stuff. So, Mr. Producer, number three, please. Tonight's council votes on Proposal 149 and 156 prove that Indianapolis and its leadership won't back down from taking bold steps to protect residents and neighborhoods. Hogsett said in a statement, "I applaud the council's bipartisan support for funding our partnership with U.S. Attorney Zach Myers, holding the worst of the worst offenders to account." There's so much in this quote.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I mean, the applauding, the boldness, the bravery, they're standing up, holding people to account. Well, I mean, that part, that's offensive, obviously. But everything else, the boldness.
Raising the legal age to purchase a firearm, banning self-loading firearms, making you have a concealed carry permit from the state versus allowing you to exercise your constitutional right to carry, which Indiana recognizes. Very, very heroic stuff. And yes, that's holding people to account. You know, how dare you, 21-year-old, who can enlist at 18 and go and carry a weapon and fight and die for the security of your country? How dare you go to a gun store and try to buy a gun until you're 21? You know, it's
not good.
We got to hold those people to account.
Well, I gotta hold back your fire for a second, because that was just the first quote.
Yeah,
there's another quote, Tim.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, we got to get to the other one. Number 4, Mr. Producer. Quote, "I also wish to thank those who have approved our common sense gun safety measures, including a ban on semi-automatic assault weapons, increasing the purchase age to 21, requiring handgun licenses, and removing the concealed carry of firearms," the mayor continued. "Tonight, we are sending a clear message of where we stand about the causes of gun violence and the proliferation of illegal weapons on our streets." This guy literally just took all the talking points from Every Town for Gun Safety, Moms Demand Action, Lucy McBath, all the congressional Democrats, put it into one mix mash and pushed print and then started talking.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense. I mean, at all. Well, we're going to get against those illegal proliferation of weapons. You didn't mention that at all. All you said was you're changing the laws for legal people.
Right.
What the hell are you talking about?
I know. And every single one of those proposed ordinance changes flies directly in the face of Indiana state law. And so it's going to go nowhere. And as I said earlier, they know this.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Oh, that's at the end. Oh, wait, that's at the end.
Yeah.
But before we get to that, because there's, this is so good. So I want to set up camp on that preemption thing really quickly. And for you guys watching, just some history here. Preemption was pushed by the NRA decades ago. It went to almost every state. In fact, it was so effective that in order for the left to come in and do gun control on municipalities and city localities, all those different areas, they first have to remove the preemption laws. If you want a good case in point on this, Colorado just did it around 2.5 to 3 years ago. And since then, every gun control movement that they've come forward has been allowed. That's how important this is. That is like the finger in the dam. So the second that thing gets removed, which the left has a target on, that's when it goes down. However, you cannot, on a state level, have laws that conflict with municipalities, as Tim was just saying. This is in multiple states, not just in Indiana. These people 100% know this. They're doing it anyway because bold, fresh, scary, weapons, ages, all the things, Tim.
Let's get to what their false hope is, because this is actually pretty comical.
Oh, really? Okay. Let's do this. All right, so I'm going to show you reality, guys, and then we're going to show you their quotes, because Tim needs it, and we are here for Tim today. The plan, however, is not immediately enforceable, as state law prohibits local governments from enforcing this kind of gun regulation. The city would be allowed to enact the measure if state regulations were lifted or the law is changed by the legislature or the courts, according to the news source. And here's the part Tim wants. Number 6. Quote, "You may call this toothless, but this is us taking a stand because it's too much," Democrat Councilor Allie Brown said. The council also approved a proposal for the city to add 3 federal prosecutors who will focus on prosecuting federal gun crimes as part of the mayor's public safety plan. So you may call it toothless, because it is, but this is us taking a stand in a quicksand.
Yeah, we're taking a stand that does nothing, but hey, we're virtue signaling. Yeah, here's what they're holding out for, folks. We're going to pass this ordinance, and we're going to hope that the courts will side with us. Not going to happen, because we have a perfectly valid state law that they're not going to go against. Or maybe the state legislature will undo the preemption law. We're in Indiana. And despite Indianapolis being a kook bin, the rest of the state isn't. So that has really no chance of passing, at least right now. So they're basically tying all this together by saying, we know it's toothless, and you may call it toothless, but we're just trying to tell you, we're just signaling to you that we're fed up with all this freedom, and we're going to take it away.
And clearly,
funny, the police aren't going to enforce this, and even if they do, they'll instantly be thrown out of court. If they try to enforce, shut down a gun dealer selling a gun to, a rifle to somebody that's 18, which is prevented under federal law and state law, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to get enforced. If somebody gets arrested with possession of that firearm in Indianapolis, it's going to go nowhere. If somebody gets picked up in Indianapolis without a concealed carry permit, exercising their constitutional right to carry, it's going to go nowhere. So it is toothless, and it has no hope of passing.
Yeah. No. That's exactly correct. But this speaks to something bigger, Tim. Now we're going to zoom out. We're going to go macro. We're going to go crazy. Because this is big, bold initiatives, Tim. This is all about that changing, standing up to the machine, the gun lobby, all the things.
Stand up to the
proliferation. Exactly, the proliferation. It's bad. Assault weapons. But the thing, in all seriousness, the thing that they're doing is the same thing that the Democrats are doing on the national scale. They're trying to put out discharge petitions to get House votes around the Speaker McCarthy. That's not happening. They're trying to put forward all of this funding stuff because it's virtue signaling. It's all about getting the suburban women vote. I've covered this on my channel consistently. They are pivoting, and the way that they are pivoting is to pivot to 2024 to get more seats, to do the things they want. We start this whole fight all over again with a new baseball team, effectively. That's what they're trying to do. All of this stuff is angled towards electing themselves more power in 2024 and more fundraising in the election cycle coming up. This is pretty gross because your rights are clearly something for them to fundraise on to violate said rights.
Yeah.
All the while preemption is there to kick them right in the teeth, even though they're toothless. Kick them in the gums.
Kick them in the teeth because they're toothless. It's not going to hurt them.
Exactly. Kick them in the gums.
Yeah. Like you said, it's just pure virtue signaling and playing politics, and it's a move to try to win over a soccer mom or two. It's going nowhere, at least in this state. The way the current political makeup is in the state, it has zero chance of going anywhere. So again, this is all for headlines, which they're getting. This is all for attention, which they're getting. And it's kind of comical, but it's not, because these people are actively working against the Constitution and people's rights. And this is what I've talked about, and we've talked about in past videos. When you go against the Constitution, the state Constitution, the federal Constitution, when you go against people's rights, maybe you don't belong in prison, but you certainly belong out of office.
Yeah.
There has to be a mechanism in place to impeach these people and just get them out of there when they start going against the Constitution. Not going to happen, but we can. I'm just being toothless over here. And
I just had a thought, Tim.
What's that?
I think we fell into a trap. What if this whole thing was to get us to cover this and give them more exposure?
Oh, it was.
What if
they want
what if it's 4D chess? Is this 4D chess?
Thankfully, our audience is wise to their silliness.
They're down to their wiles. They're I don't know some other cool phrases. I would
imagine we don't get a whole lot of anti-gunners watching the channel, but you never know.
Oh man, if you do, we would love to talk to you.
Absolutely.
Please fill out the form and right down there in the description box. I promise I will make Tim be nice.
Yeah. I'm not Harry Sison and I'm not Davey Hogg. I will debate you.
Yeah, let's do it. But
I don't read off a propaganda sheet and parrot things that I'm handed on a piece of paper. I actually have my own thoughts and I can defend them.
Oh, we know. Oh, we know, Tim. But that's a genuine offer. If you're out there and you think you have some points that you'd like to bring up to the audience, the gun-loving, freedom-loving, patriot Second Amendment supporting group called the Second Legacy, we'd love to have you on. I look forward to your call.
We'll even be nice to you.
I will. I absolutely will. I'm a big teddy bear.
Just want to have a debate. That's all. Right? Not going to get ambushed.
It'd be a short one.
Just a debate. You bring your facts and I'll bring ours. And so will Braden.
Yep. And so, rude.
Well,
wrap us up. We're getting off of.
We are. What's interesting is this will play out, and if something changes in this, like a meteor hits the planet, and all of a sudden, they actually win in the courts, and whatever, we'll definitely bring that to your attention. But this is just going to peter out and die. This is pure political jockeying for the 2024 election cycle, and You know, it doesn't really have any teeth as they acknowledge themselves. But again, if something changes, we'll bring that information to you here on The Second Legacy. If you guys like to be part of the show, you can follow the link in the video description below. We were just talking about that. Doesn't matter if you're pro-gun or anti-gun. We'll get you on the show. We'll have a conversation, and we promise to be nice. All right, thank you for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon.